What's up, y'all? Talon here. Today I have a very cool team that was able to go 6-2 in the first day of the World Championship and finish 82nd in the world overall. This team was created by Motoki Agano, a player who I've used a lot of their teams on the channel before. Very famous for gravity plus Mega Hypnosis strategies, as well as usually having a Tera Ground Landorus Incarnate with the choice specs just going for really strong Sandsear Storms, or in restricted formats using a choice banded Groudon. Brought a similar composition to the World Championship with a couple of key differences to let the team function a little bit better in the best of 3 format, and was able to take it all the way to its 6-2 record and qualify for the second day of the tournament, which is an incredible feat. So really excited to be featuring the team today. Agano did share the rental code that they used at the World Championship, and I do have the rental code in the description, as well as the Pokepaste featuring all the EV spreads for the team, so check that out if you want to take it on the Pokemon Showdown ladder or to a local or anything like that and want to recreate the team in-game. I have the EVs down there, so if you appreciate the effort it takes to basically extract the EV spreads from the in-game as well as pilot it on the ladder for y'all's entertainment, please subscribe to the channel. Lots more coverage on some of the more interesting teams coming out of the Worlds coming in the next few days before the channel shifts over primarily to Regulation G. So the core focus of the team is to use gravity to increase the accuracy of your inaccurate moves, namely Precipice Blades, Heat Wave. The Chiyu actually has Fire Blast to take better advantage of the basically the inaccuracy while still having an offensive single target attack that doesn't lower your special attack like Overheat does. Oftentimes Fire Blast in the sun will be enough, especially with that Tera Fire, so that's definitely appreciated. And then where a lot of people get hung up is definitely the Altaria. Just looking at it, it definitely catches the eye on team preview. No other team at the World Championship had Altaria, I imagine, and definitely none other were able to go as deep in the tournament as Agano did, so incredible performance. The moveset is Hurricane Sing, so both inaccurate moves that will become near 100% accurate. I don't think Sing gets to exactly 100, it might be a little shy, I'm not entirely sure of that, it could be 100, but Hurricane definitely hitting with 100% accuracy. Cloud9, kind of cool, you can suppress other weathers, but it's not that ideal that you're suppressing your own, so that's kind of annoying. But you also have Tailwind to set up for the Groudon to be moving first, as well as the Flutter Mane against something like a Calyrex Shadow Rider, so that's a cool addition. And then Roost is just the last move. If you take a hit while setting up Tailwind, you can Roost up the next turn and have a little bit more longevity that way. One cool synergy you have with the Sableye is you can go for Skill Swap onto your Altaria and just make sure that you have the Prankster on the Altaria and Gravity up, so you can go for priority Sings. That's going to be really annoying for your opponent to deal with, not to mention just being able to Roost up any damage with priority. Even if an opponent chips you kind of low, you can just heal it right back. I do like that combination a fair bit. You can also skill swap your Groudon's Drought if a Kyogre comes in, and that will reset the sun effectively, as well as give you priority substitute, so that can be kind of cool. Beyond that, it is a pretty standard Sun team. It has a Trick Room mode with the Indeedee, as well as just priority blocking. We have the Photosynthesis Abuse on the Flutter Mane, going for Choice Backs, Moonblast, and Dazzling Gleam with the Tera Fairy for big damage, and then the Chiyu similarly with the Beads of Ruin, going for very powerful Sun boosted Heat Waves and Fire Blasts at 100% accuracy with the Gravity. Overall, very interesting team. Congrats to Agano for making it all the way to day 2 and really putting Altaria on the map here. So if you guys enjoy these type of videos, please subscribe, more on the way. And yeah, with all that being said, let's hop into the battles now. Alright, my opponent has a pretty early meta looking Calyrex Ice team with the Gholdengo and the Urshifu, and then the standard elements of the Incineroar and Raging Bolt and Amoonguss, so I think generally might be a little weak to Gravity. Incineroar is going to be annoying for sure, but I think we can handle that. Thinking about setting up Sing early, because I don't know how well they handle that, truthfully. Although if they lead the Gholdengo, I am in trouble against that, so I don't love it, but let's think about how to proceed. I don't want them getting Trick Room up necessarily. I would love to be Covert Cloak on the Altaria to dodge Fake Outs and get the Gravity Sing up guaranteed, but not the case here. So what do we do? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we just play it simple. Yeah, I think I will do that. I think I'm just going to get Gravity up. If they play unsafe and let me go for Sings, then I'm kind of chilling against their Chilling Neigh boosts. But I might commit to a Terastallization early on the Altaria. I'm not entirely sure. If they lead the Calyrex, I might have to. And I'm not really weak to like Thunderclaps or anything like that because I'm going for Terra Water. So they do lead Incin and the Calyrex, which we kind of expected, but interesting play nonetheless. Do I need Gravity this turn? I think if they get greedy and try and taunt the Sableye, I do want to. How slow is our Altaria here too? Because I can function in Trick Room potentially. I have some reason to worry about Amoonguss though. I guess it doesn't really matter how fast or slow I am because I can skill swap Prankster. I'm going to go for Gravity and then Sing into the Incineroar, I think. And go for a Tera. Should I commit to that? Doesn't really feel necessary yet. Like if they knock me out, then I get in Chi-Yu. I can Foul Play them and Precipice Blades, which is really solid, so I think that should be fine. Yeah, if they take a knockout, it's okay. And we go for Sing into the Incineroar. Yep, Fake Out there. Fair enough. Like I said, if we recover Cloak, so good there, but not the case. Regardless, I think we can still just go for a Prankster Sing if they set up Trick Room, so we're fine. It's likely a Glacial Lance here, though. Yep, taking the KOs and bringing me down to my Focus Sash, which is annoying, but not the end of the world. Probably going to commit a Tera Fire and Foul Play, I think. I could sub. Yeah, I should be outspeeding everything. They have to commit to a Tera on the Incineroar to take a knockout. On my Sableye, which is cool. Or to survive the hit, rather. Nothing tanks an Earth Power here. That's pretty cool. So I can go for Foul Play into the Incin if I want to. I can also skill swap, go for Substitute or something crazy, but seems incorrect. Let's just go for the safe Substitute, I want to say. Because they're probably going to switch out and Protect, honestly. That feels fine. Well, if they do that, I probably just want to hit them. So I think I will go for Foul Play and Tera Fire or Earthquake. Let's just go for the Tera Fire. Play it defensively. They don't switch out the Incineroar, which suggests they probably Tera'd to go for a Foul Play or a... Well, they don't know I'm Clear Amulet, so they're probably not going to Parting Shot necessarily. They could be expecting Choice Band or know the team. But yeah, we'll see. Would have been in a great spot if I had not gone for the... Or if I gone for Tera Water turn 1. So they do Protect, which is fine. Because we should be knocking out the Incin if they're not a Focus Sash set. They might be like max speed Incineroar and thinking, okay, we'll outspeed the Groudon for sure, but we are pretty close to max speed Groudon ourselves. Yep, clear that Incineroar out. Very glad I didn't go for the Substitute. Because now we do a lot of damage the next turn. We can't go for the... High Horsepower probably a KO into us now, which is like not ideal, but it's fine. Urshifu I think is worst case because they can kind of pin the slot. Amoonguss is totally fine though. That's fine. I kind of want to go for Skill Swap Substitute or something crazy. They have not gone for a Terastallization yet, which is annoying for sure. I can Heat Crash that slot. If they do that, then I win with, I think, Trick Room. I think I really want to knock out the Amoonguss though. I'm Heat Crashing the Amoonguss, which might not be the right play if they go for Tera, which they have preserved really well. But it's annoying if I go for like Precipice Blades Foul Play. Okay, they go for the Tera on the Calyrex, which I'm fine with. It is Tera Water, which is not ideal for sure. But yeah, maybe there's a way to win. Because we will at least knock out the Amoonguss. Unless they're Focus Sash, which they could be for sure. It's a set I've seen before. Wouldn't surprise me in best of 1, but we do take the knockout, so that's cool. Surprised they never let me... Like, I could have gone for Will-O-Wisp at any point into the Calyrex, and they're just assuming I'm not going to. So Skill Swap kind of hurting us here, the fact that we have it. Big damage in the Calyrex after the boost, and they're going for another Lance, fair enough. Not knocking out the Groudon, though. I think High Horsepower was a little better for them there. But we will take it. Could have gone up really big if I had, for example... I guess this depends on who they have in the back. Like, Raging Bolt would be kind of interesting, but I can fairly safely go for Snarl Substitute in the face of that. We will see. Urshifu, I think, is their best Pokemon here, but everything else is bearable. Yeah, Raging Bolt I don't think is quite right, because Dark Pulse Substitute should be sufficient here, I want to say. I actually don't know if Dark Pulse is a KO into the Calyrex. It might not. Oops, sorry. Chi-Yu. Surely Modest gets it. Calyrex, you are disgusting. I do 40 to 46, and you are about there, aren't you? Okay, that's annoying. I think I have to go for Dark Pulse and hope it KOs, but it might be a little shy. So I'm going to go for that and a Substitute, I think, on the potential Thunderclap. Okay, they go for that. I wonder if they're Thunderbolting. Probably. If they do, that gives us a chance. Yeah, they do Thunderclap, so the Substitute is way better than the Protect here because it covers for that. They would have had to have gone for a Thunderbolt, which is really risky. But we get the Substitute. The best of one tech really gets us there here, because now we have a 100% accurate Precipice Blades into the Raging Bolt. If they are the Assault Vet set, that's a guaranteed KO, and if they are not, then the best they can do is delay until the last turn of Gravity. And because we have 177 HP, our Life Orb ticks are doing 17 HP, we have one more hit to go. So feel pretty good about how this all worked out. Granted, there was some damage roll shenanigans to allow me to go for the Substitute play. I want to say I'm a genius and I just like counted the HP perfectly and I had the sub left, but I kind of just, thought I needed to get the sub off, and Dark Pulse needed to KO the Calyrex if I don't have enough HP left, but this works out well. So now they're thinking hard. They go for Thunderclap into the Chi-Yu, which does not knock out. With a crit they might have, but yeah, this is in range. Okay, so we probably would have lost if we had... if they attack there, they win for sure. But yeah, we just knock out them. Cool. Yeah, really good game. Very close. But shows the advantage of, especially in a best of one closed team sheet, these little techs can come out pretty clutch. I think if I play that game back, though, I would probably have gone for the Tera on the Altaria turn 1, just because I can sing everything and I don't lose it turn 1, so that would have been pretty good. I also beat all the counters with the Groudon without terastallizing, so yeah, like I can't sing the... I guess I don't even skill swap my Altaria at that point, so yeah. Looking back, probably would have gone for the more defensive Tera early on instead of needing to go for more offensive reads later on in the game. Even though this is a crazy offensive, risky team, it's trying to mitigate risk with the Gravity, but it's definitely a risky strategy just because so much needs to go right for it to work. Probably could have played a little more defensively to guarantee things go my way earlier on. Alright, Hisuian Typhlosion looking like a regulation H team here. I think Scarf Chi-Yu feels really good in the lead against them. I'm not even going to lock into Snarl if it looks like it's a good option here. Gravity? I probably don't give them Gravity, do I? Maybe, maybe not. I can maybe go for the Altaria Hurricane into the Whimsicott early on. That could be fun. I think Chi-Yu Fluttermane is pretty strong. I'm thinking of not bringing my Groudon here just because the Walking Wakes Hydro Steam is always going to be super effective and knock me out. I don't love taking Eruptions in or out of Tera. Ivy Cudgel or Power Whip knocks out my Groudon. So yeah, I don't know. I think the goal is probably just going to be to put asleep their Groudon, but I don't know. I've become a little weak to their Tera Fire Groudon if I go this route, so maybe I just pick the better of the two. If I luck Icy Wind, I might be fine. It's tricky. Leaving Flutter on the bench is a little weird, but I am going to go with the Chi-Yu in the back. So leading very passively, but setting up for a strong endgame with the Chi-Yu and the Groudon in Sun, and ideally Tailwind and Gravity. I am almost certainly going to outspeed their Groudon, so that's cool. Let's see, interesting Sun Mirror here. They're way more indexed into Sun, weirdly enough, but just because we have so many supporting attackers. Groudon Typhlosion. Okay, they did not lead their Tailwind setter, so I could have led Chi-Yu pretty safely. That's fine. I think I should live... I can go for Fake Out and Tailwind, I think. And then Gravity Sing next turn. So I should live an Eruption even if they Tera Fire with the Cloud 9 active. And then I'll have Sing active next turn. I'll have a Gravity Sing next turn because I'm getting the Tailwind this turn. So no Covert Cloak. Eruption comes out, fair enough. And do I want to give them a double knockout here? I don't think so. I'm taking the Eruption so well on the Altaria. I think I do just give up the Sableye here. So everything working exactly according to plan, and now we just go for a Sing and Gravity. This is like pretty much by the books. They're probably choice item on the Typhlosion, so they're likely to just give me a free switch on the Sableye, which is why we're running like max speed, very little bulk on the Sableye, is just to get our 2 turns, get our Fake Out, Gravity, potentially a skill swap if your opponent leaves you alone for long enough to give you priority Prankster Sings, but in this case not necessary. Boom, big Eruption, not a lot of damage into the Altaria. So now we have a free Hurricane Eruption, or a Hurricane Precipice Blades next turn, and I believe we will outspeed the Typhlosion. And the Groudon probably won't go for the Terastallization, and that is fine. I imagine Hurricane won't knock them out, so I'm tempted to go for a Roost here just to improve my longevity. Is there a possible that they are Focus Sash on the Typhlosion? It's possible, but I doubt it. I think my better play is still just going to be the Roost Precipice Blades. I don't think the Precipice Blades, or rather I don't think that I would be knocking them out with a Hurricane and Precipice Blades combo, but I might be underestimating the power of the Altaria and the Groudon. They go for a Protect, it looks like, but they do not get it. I don't think Protect was really right there, because I can always just Sing them next turn. Oh yeah, Hurricane would have knocked out, so we get the most value out of this turn for sure. If I wanted to be greedy, I could Hurricane the Groudon and substitute, so the last turn of Tailwind I could go for another Precipice Blades, but we do have to be cognizant that they are wasting our Tailwind pretty well. If Tailwind goes down here, am I in trouble? Maybe, yeah, definitely could be a problem. Let's switch into Chi-Yu and go for a Precipice Blades to cover for that. Because late game I can just Snarl everything at this point. And I haven't used my Tera yet, neither have they, but I'm doubtful they have a ground resisting Tera on the Groudon. They could be Tera Grass though, it wouldn't be that insane. But usually Tera Fire is more common. Boom, Spiky Shield, we did cover for that though, so that's fine. And Typhlosion, unless it's like Tera Fire, shouldn't be able to knock me out. Or yeah, Tera Fighting, rather. And with Gravity up, we don't have to worry about Chi-Yu's shaky accuracy on Heat Wave and Snarl as spread move options. So that's pretty good for us. So made good use of our Tailwind turns, knocked out the restricted for like 2 Life Orb ticks on a Sableye, so very happy about that. Walking Wake is not good for me though. Definitely bad. This is where Flutter Mane would have been really excellent, but they were the special attacking boost, so I might be fine here still. Because I can just Snarl. And probably close the game using Snarl pretty easily. Like Snarl Precipice Blade should be sufficient. Hydro Steam probably will knock me out. Is that a problem with Typhlosion in the back? Probably not. I don't think so. I'm actually going to Snarl Precipice Blades, yeah. So my fear there was like if I protect and they Hydro Steam, I can, with the special attack boost that they have because of the sun going away next turn, I could probably survive the -1 Hydro Steam. But I don't think it's necessary to take that risk because if they Hydro Steam and knock out my Chi-Yu, I'm kind of a sitting duck the next turn to the combination of Hydro Steam and Eruption, and I don't think Altaria can sweep the game, so... we did a lot of damage. They're likely to get knocked out by another Snarl. Or at least a Snarl and 2 Life Orb ticks, so that is good for us. No Terastallization used yet. At this point, it's just a matter of using my Tera effectively. I think Tera Water is correct on the Altaria. Kind of a crazy board state. I've never seen this once in Regulation G. People kind of having fun on the ladder after the World Championship. So I think my best play is just going to be to... one more turn of Gravity. Let's just go for Tera Water, Tailwind, cover my bases, and then maybe go for Roost. Stall against the Walking Wake. They have to outspeed my Chi-Yu to even have a chance to win this game, I think, because one Snarl into the Typhlosion renders it pretty much useless, if not a knockout. They have to Tera to get around that. Which it looks like they are doing because they have burst their Tera before we did. Probably Tera Fire though, which I'm not that worried about. Tera Grass, okay. So if they lock Tera Grass Blast, that'd be kind of crazy into my Altaria, but I doubt it. They probably need to crit a Draco into my Altaria to have a chance to win. But if they went for anything else, they should lose. I'm going for Tailwind to cover for potentially that crit. I think I might faint if they get the crit, unfortunately, with the Beads of Ruin active, but we'll see. Not a 2 KO into the Typhlosion, which is kind of wild, but the Walking Wake in range of 2 Life Orbs. Shadow Ball into the Chi-Yu, fair enough, just trying to get any damage they can. And a Draco Meteor into the Altaria. I think that should be GG. Even if they had crit, we should win with Snarl against the Typhlosion locked into Shadow Ball. We do lose Gravity here though, so I'm going to play this as safe as I can. Assuming Snarl misses the Walking Wake, they'll have to get an attack off. They cancel out though, so... Yeah, I think if I just miss like all my Snarls for the rest of the battle and all my Hurricanes, they can win, but because of the Life Orb, it will always go down to a 1v1 against the Typhlosion on the Altaria, and I think... I mean, I could miss all my Hurricanes and then I lose, but unlikely. Especially with all the Snarl damage racking up. Or the Snarl special attack drops racking up. So good game to them. Kind of a weird game, but I think displays how limited your turns of Tailwinds are when you're going for Sing on one of them and then trying to get a Pokemon in. You basically only have 2, so if your opponent has a Protect Pokemon, you do need to be very conscious of that and getting in an offensive sweeper to set up an offensive board state after Tailwind ends if you have not already skill swapped the Prankster onto your Altaria to make sure that you can set it up again for your Groudon. Alright, Terapagos Dondozo. I know one of these teams got pretty high on the ladder in the previous ranked battle season. I wonder how well they handle Gravity Cheese though. Probably pretty well, unfortunately. I don't think Groudon especially fares well into the Dondozo, neither. Like, Fluttermane's fine. I can skill swap away Unaware, but that's not really going to do me much good unless I skill swap it to... It'd be okay into Fluttermane. Could be fun. Let's just set up the Altaria mode, I think has been working for us thus far. I'm leading very weak to the Fluttermane is the issue. Maybe I could go with the Chi-Yu. Just Tera Fire right off the bat. Fluttermane in the back, deal with the Dondozo, could be cool. And then probably Groudon still. Or do I want the Altaria to put it to sleep? I think I probably do want the Altaria for sleep turn, so going for an alternative strategy here, just because their team is so different themselves, but it might work out. If they lead the Incineroar, it's kind of going to be awkward, but we'll see. The cool thing about Sableye is it is a ghost type, so even most fake out users can't stop the gravity at least from going up, so you'll usually at least get one of your strategies going early on. Okay, Landorus, not what I was expecting. Really good lead against the Chi-Yu, but I of course will be faking out the Landorus to cover for that. So we're fine. I could fake out switch to Groudon, and I think I wanted... I did not bring the Groudon. That's why I had so much room on the team. I was like, yeah, I have so much power here. I have the Altaria, I have the Fluttermane, I have the Chi-Yu. I'm doing great against this Dondozo. But then I forgot literally to bring my restricted Pokemon, so that's not good, but I think they might have forgotten their restricted as well, so that's fine. Well, let's go fake out into the Lando and a quick little Heat Wave. Chip down the Incineroar a little bit. Yeah, bad lead for me, for sure. Okay, they don't expect fake out, so they probably went for a fake out and an attack. They are running a Choice Scarf Landorus. Okay, good to know. Wait, no, the opposing move second. That's good. Have to imagine... Well, Gravity's not really useful for me here at this point. So I can just knock out their Landorus with Fire Blast if I want to. If they go into Dondozo, that's fine. I can skill swap that. I think it's probably an Earth Power coming out here. So I kind of just want to... I think I will still just go for Gravity. Fire Blast, I think. But Heat Wave would have been probably a little bit better. Okay, they don't protect, so that's cool. We get to see the Fire Blast animation, which you really do get to see in VGC. Cool, this might not knock out, but it's going to be a lot of damage. Okay, it does in one shot, so that really... It doesn't do a lot, but it's at least something for my Chi-Yu. We'll take that. Knock off into the Sableye, that's fine. It's not great though. I'd love to be able to Will-O-Wisp the Dondozo, but I don't have that of course, and now I can't skill swap something unaware. I guess I couldn't anyways because I'd lose Prankster, but... Oh, it is a Flutter. Wasn't really expecting that, but that's fine. I can skill swap Prankster to something. Is that valuable here? I don't think so. I think I probably should just go for a Foul Play and a Tera Fire Blast. Although they're probably going to knock off, most likely. Let's hold off. Yeah, let's just go for a Foul Play into you. Who do they have in the back? Most likely Terapagos. Can I win? At this point, if I get Tailwind up, I should be able to put it to sleep with Sing still, but it's not great, I think. I'll Fire Blast, but I don't love that. Okay, no Protect, so they're probably Specs. Foul Play does a lot of damage, okay. We'll take that. So I didn't go for the Tera because I was a little bit worried about them having... Yeah, there's the knockoff, fair enough. I think if I had gone for the Tera, I would have knocked them out, and then I would have lived. I think that probably would have been better. Truth be told. I can get a Sing off against them. Or a Tailwind. Would I bet I'm faster than their Flutter? I actually would not at this point. So what do we do here? If I take the KO on their Fluttermane, that's bad. This is a weird spot. I think I have to go for the Tailwind here, weirdly enough. And if they taunt me, I lose. Yeah, I'm bringing this in. It's kind of weird, but might be what I have to go for. And, yeah. Going for the Tera and the Tailwind here. And then I think I might hard switch out to the Fluttermane. So if they knock me off here, great play, but then maybe I can win with Sing plus Heat Wave. If the Incin stays asleep long enough, but it's going to be tricky regardless. Yep, we do Tera, so they have not used theirs, preserving it for the Terapagos presumably. But I think we are most worried about a Tailwind here, or a Taunt Incineroar. Like Parting Shot, Knockoff, these are all fine because I can just like take knockouts. Dazzle, fine. Don't think Knockoff will knock me out at this point. We would have been able to get a Sing off first, so maybe that's better. It's actually knowing that it is, but they go knockoff, that's fine. Lots of damage, but now we do have Dazzling Gleam plus Sing active, and we will go for that. Should I Moonblast? Probably should. I think I need the damage under the Incineroar, so I'm going to go for that. Yep, that's a lot of damage. We're knocking out the Fluttermane and getting the Incin low. They shouldn't knock me out with another move. Thankfully, gravity's still up. We're running low on gravity, though, so I think we maybe have one more turn. If I miscounted that, we're in trouble. Because we won't have a 100% accurate Sing against the Terapagos, unfortunately. We will see here. I think this is definitely winnable for them, but with the Chi-Yu in the back, we have a decent shot if they don't get an early wake. Let's look at our turns here. We have one more turn of gravity, a couple more of this up. If they are protect, then they shouldn't be able to beat the Chi-Yu and the Fluttermane combo. So I do feel good about just hitting Sing into that and going from there. Yeah, very close match. They are protect. I think that's weirdly enough better for me. Probably not, because if they wake up on Incin, that's bad. But I think we put the odds in our favor here, so I feel fine about this battle overall. Oh, they were Citrus. That's bad. Oh, okay. Alright, moment of truth. Do you stay asleep? And do I hit a Sing next turn? They do stay asleep, so that's cool. Yeah, gravity returning to normal is bad news for sure. I still have one more turn to hit the Sing. 55 accuracy is pretty solid. I think my best odd play is actually Hurricane the Incineroar. Because they have to, what, go for Calm Mind or something? Can I beat them if they go for that? Let me think. I might be able to live the Terra Blast now with Roost, but I don't think that gets me anywhere. Let's go for... If we go for Hurricane, we break their Terra Shell. That's cool. I don't love my spot if they're Calm Mind here. I think we might just have to rip it and hit the Sing here, but I went for the slightly higher odds Hurricane play. I could have also switched into Chi-Yu to make sure that I knock out the Incin, but I think that's also not great because then I lose my Chi-Yu and I can't hit them, so them going for this kind of suggests they went for the attack here, so hopefully we hit the Hurricane, but going to be very narrow. We do miss the Hurricane, so if they wake up, we lose, I think. Terra Starstorm, yeah. Tried to put the odds in our favor, but we do miss the attack. That stinks. If they get the max sleep on the Incin, I think we do still win, because they didn't go for Calm Mind, but yeah. Such is the gravity. It only lasts for 5 turns, so... Oh, they do stay asleep. Okay. Alright, they didn't go for Calm Mind, which I thought they would have. Because I think Calm Mind, if they get that up, they do probably 1v1 me. So we do have a shot here. Tailwind wears off, but we have a chance. Let's see, Chi-Yu versus Terapagos. How much does Dark Pulse do? If they have already terrestrialized, Dark Pulse should do a clean... Well, it depends on how bulky they are. How like, are we modest on the Chi-Yu? I think we are. Yeah, we're modest. Cool. So I could Fire Blast to maximize my odds here. I don't think that's necessary. I think a Dark Pulse should KO. Heat Wave is 95. Dark Pulse. Ooh. I think risk reward on Heat Wave is pretty solid here. That's a fair amount more power. I think this turn it's not necessary, but I will go for it, I think. We'll see. Okay, could have Dark Pulsed. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Heat Wave, not 100% accurate, but higher power. We go for it, and we do connect. Okay. So if they were max HP, I think we needed to hit the Heat Wave to win. But I'm kind of surprised they didn't go for Protect there. Well, I guess I should probably go for Dark Pulse to get the flinch odds as well. Because I imagine it's a positive roll in our favor, and then we have the flinch odds rather than going for Heat Wave, which puts a clean 10% win condition for them on the board, instead of like compounding through a couple different factors. So I think Dark Pulse is probably correct there, but we get bailed, hit the 90% accurate move after missing the 70 to close that out. So good game to them. Definitely shows that once the gravity goes down, things can get a little dicey, but also we were able to win without a restricted. So, you know, shows the strength of the strategy inherently that we can win against a opponent's team using a restricted without using our own. All right, we do have a team that looks suspiciously similar to the one that won the World Championship this weekend. The team piloted by Luca Cerabelli to the first place finish. These teams typically don't do that well against Groudon though, so we can leverage that to our advantage. Let's go Sableye, I think, lead with the Groudon. Force them to do an option here. A late game, like, they do kind of have to set up Trick Room here. I can block priority with the Indeedee and then just go for... Ooh, that seems really strong, actually. Yeah, it depends on what they lock into, but this might be a strong option. Indeedee should be solid in the back to just follow me away and then go for Precipice Blades against their whole team. Seems solid. And then back Chi-Yu also seems pretty good with Tera Fire if I'm able to go for that. Fluttermane has its benefits as well. They're usually not heavy slam on these teams, however, it typically does not matter. But I do like having a pseudo Ivy Cudgel switch in. I think we might get knocked out if they crit the Ivy Cudgel, but we'll take the chance. Because Fluttermane obviously just goes down and is pretty similar, and if Sun is down, then they can just beat me with the Miraidon 1v1, whereas I'll always outspeed their Miraidon and the rest of their Pokemon with the Chi-Yu, unless they have knockoff on the team, which is pretty uncommon. Flutter does have the advantage of being able to hit the Farigiraf with the Moonblast, whether they're Tera Water or not, whereas the Chi-Yu can't lock into Heat Wave if they have Tera Water remaining. Okay, Whimsicott Ogerpon, kind of to be expected. This should be a pretty free... Where are they going to Gravity me here? I don't mind Fake Out. No, I don't love Fake Out, actually. Fake Out's kind of bad. Let's just go Precipice Blades, and a Gravity, I think, is solid enough. I could go for Fake Out into the Ogerpon, and it's really tempting to. But if they Moonblast, I'm kind of in trouble. I lose the Gravity. Do I need Gravity that badly this battle? It's pretty nice, for sure. Okay, I'm going to go for this because it lets me save a turn. If they switch to Farigiraf, well played, but I think it's really really unlikely. And this lets me not have to commit a Terastallization here. They set up Tailwind, which is fine. I have Trick Room in the back. And we stall a turn. If we double hit the Precipice Blades, we're in big lead. But we miss one, and of course that is the... Oh, it is the Ogerpon. That's cool. Very nice, very nice. So now I can... What do I want to do? I don't mind Protect Foul Play into the Ogerpon. Truthfully, I think a double up is pretty unlikely here. I am playing it pretty risky, not setting up my Gravity yet, but I feel like I'm gaining a lot at the same time. If they double me here, well played, but I don't know. Feels like they wouldn't do that when Groudon is the biggest threat to their team. And they Moonblast into the Groudon and probably another attack into the Groudon. Okay, Ivy Cudgel into the Sableye. Interesting. Kind of nets out the same though. But we're knocking out the Ogerpon, so that's really good. Now the plan is probably just going to be to get the Indeedee on the field. I wish I would... I don't think I'm Rocky Helmet on this team. That'd be really good as a switch into Urshifu if that comes in, but not counting on it. If they are Luca's team exactly, they're Tera Bug on the Iron Hands, which is better than Water in our case, because if they're Tera Bug or Fire, they're still weak, or Tera Bug or Tera Grass, they're still weak to me. Okay, could be a Volt Switch here, which I don't love. If they Draco into my Groudon, what's the issue? How many turns of Tailwind left? I think Volt Switch into the Sableye is reasonably likely. I think I'm just going to go into here, set up Gravity at this point. I am giving them 100% accurate Dracos, but that feels maybe a little unlikely. If they go for it, I'm in a pretty solid spot. With Chi-Yu after that, potentially? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to Indeedee. I had to go to Indeedee this turn because I'm a little bit worried about them having Encore Whimsicott. In fact, I'm like, it's pretty likely. And they are going for a defensive Terastallization on the Miraidon, it looks like, to dodge a, if they get the turn wrong or miss a Draco, they don't want to feint to the Precipice Blades right off the bat. So this covers for that pretty well, but makes them very weak to Chi-Yu now. So the Psychic Seed works out very well for us there because now we actually have the Chi-Yu active. And I think with Tera Fire, we should have a knockout, honestly. I'll run the calc, but I think with Sun Up and Tera Fire, we might knock out the Miraidon after they burn the Terastallization. And with the Tera Fire, we shut our Dark typing and will no longer be weak to, or neutral to Fairy type moves. So that seems solid. Tera Fire, I have Sun Up, Heat Wave, Tera Fire. I don't even have to Tera Fire. But Dazzling Gleam might knock me out, so I don't love giving them that option. On Tera Fairy. So Tera Fairy Dazzling Gleam on Choice Specs Miraidon actually would have a chance to knock out my Chi-Yu. So I think I do not give them that opportunity. How many turns of Tailwind left? 1? I could set up Trick Room here. It'd be kind of weird to do so when I do kind of have them pinned. Tailwind's about to end, which means I have the Whimsicott kind of pinned. I think I do just go for Follow Me Tera Fire to stop any Moonblast crits from doing me in, but this feels like a pretty solid position. Yeah, so normally Dazzling Gleam Miraidon's very scary for the Groudon teams because you have to pick between whether they go for Dazzling Gleam or Draco Meteor to cover for your Fire Tera. They go for the Draco. If you're not going for that, then they go for the Dazzling Gleam. We didn't Tera that turn. We would have caught them pretty... We would have had a really solid turn, I think, if we had gone for Precipice Blade, switch into the Indeedee on the other slot, but didn't feel necessary. Yeah. They do knock out the Indeedee with a crit, which is not ideal. Thankfully, we have Gravity up, so they did not go for a Light Screen, and we should have a KO here. But them having the opportunity to Moonblast Special Attack drop me is pretty bad. Okay, that is basically a Light Screen. That's bad. That was stupid. Yeah, they get the crit and the Special Attack drop to give themselves a chance here. Thankfully, we still have Gravity, I believe, and they won't be able to go for Fake Out this turn. Iron Hands, yeah. So Psychic Terrain, we see the value of that here. So even though they do get extremely lucky to give themselves a chance here, it turns out they probably would have need crit on the Indeedee, and then another crit onto the Chi-Yu to win, instead of just the Special Attack drop. So let's verify the win. Gravity is still up, no terrain, we have a couple more turns of Sunlight, so with no Tera on the Iron Hands anymore, this should be a confirmed win, unless they're Choice Scarf, which I think we have confirmed based off their damage output that they are Choice Specs, so GG. The Tera Fire Chi-Yu turns out to be an excellent defensive Tera here, as well as having enough damage to close out the game as well, and they do get burned on their Iron Hands, adding insult to injury, but of course the Gravity Life Orb Precipice Blades will knock this out. So you can definitely see why this team was able to go 6-2 at the World Championship. Luca's team and variants of it were all over the place, so having a Groudon, like an actually well-built Groudon team with a bit of proactive measures you're not expecting, like the Gravity Sableye, the Sing Altaria, combines to make it just so excellent against certain archetypes. Mostly Miraidon, but definitely has its fair share of tricks for the rest of the teams in the metagame. I think the Chiyu obviously strong against the Calyrex Shadow Rider teams, the Calyrex Ice teams, and then having the Groudon to cover for things like Tera Fire on the Calyrex Ice is really good, potent combination. So that's going to do it for our battle today, featuring Motoki Agano's 82nd in the world in 2024 team. Probably the most impressive Groudon team we've seen. I think there was maybe one with a Hariyama that outplaced, but this one definitely incredibly creative. I do really love the Altaria with the interesting combination of Tailwind and Sing. Not a lot of Pokemon. I mean, there's things like Driftblim that have similar options, like they have Tailwind plus Hypnosis, but Altaria has a little bit better bulk as well as having a more potent Hurricane to take advantage of the gravity. The Sableye with the interesting skill swap combination to the Sing Altaria to do maximum damage with your Sings, and then of course the Life Orb Groudon, kind of calling out that Incineroar usage would be a little lower if you're playing against a team without Incineroar. The Life Orb is just way more damage, and if you do play it, you're still hitting pretty hard. And if you catch the Incin on this field, it's just sweating pretty hard against the Precipice Blades. So overall, really cool team. Congrats to Motoki on the big finish at Worlds. If you want to use the team for yourself, I have the rental code in the top right of the video, as well as the description. I have the Pokepaste with all the EV spreads if you want to recreate the team in-game yourself for a local or something to close out August. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, using more of the coolest team from the World Championship in the upcoming week before switching over to Regulation H. So yeah, if you want to see more of that, please subscribe. And with all that being said, peace y'all.